Hello guys, it is Friday, my name is Troublemaker, and this is another great war game. So normally I have decently high rated level matches, but unfortunately this week not a lot of people have been posting. So this is a pretty low level match. The blue player, our NATO player, is Boogie Man, or Boogie Van, and our red player, it says NATO Op4, but I guess he's, what the hell does that mean, NATO OP4? I guess he's also NATO. Yeah, looks like we have a NATO versus NATO match. That's actually kind of interesting. Didn't really notice that. This one's got, it's kind of weird initial here, TG-IRRP. His name is Quitso, or Quitso, or Quitso. I think I'll call him Quitso. So we're on Hell's Highway. So important things about this particular map. You'll notice Foxtrot and Bravo are parallel to each other, and these are faster entry points. So as a point of strategy, most people will not go for an extra command on this particular map. Instead what they'll do is they'll move the entire army up to Foxtrot or to Bravo, and they will try and battle for this middle area. And then what they'll do is they'll bank up the resources, and if the scenario is going bad, they'll get more units. And if it's going really well, and they have position ahead, they'll try and take one of these 4 slots. So that's what like a really high rated player generally does. And it's pretty standard for this map. But it looks like we're going to have, this is a low rated map, so we got a triple command scenario here for Boogie Van. And for Quitso, we don't really have any units yet. So we're going to speed up this map. See if he lays down anything at all. Anything? Really? You're not gonna lay down anything? You're not gonna really quit so? Just gonna do this to me? Well, look at our blue pack player. We have Armor Bradley, which have rockets on them, which is really good. The AOS patent, I'm not a big fan of these. They're just too slow. And lots of these AOS patents, some chaparral, and lots of these gunship helicopters. Looks like we're going to see a flank position. Okay, here we go. Lots of starships, chieftains. Okay. So I see what's happening. This player is going for basically what's a helicopter all-in. When you get anywhere between 6 and 8 helicopters, it's pretty much considered to be an all-in. And what you do is you kind of like, you skirt around the map, and then you just hit the main base, take out their FOB, and take out the command there. And that's that. The tank all-in is basically, tanks move really fast, and so you make them just move fast and just push into their army. We've also got some Hueys transport helicopters, but there's nothing in them. So that's kind of weird. So let's speed this up and get this game started. I don't know what they're for. Can't quite figure it out. So this looks like it'll be a pretty fast game. He is rolling out his defensive line, and that's what these guys are. All defensive lines, and he's going to position... Okay, he's going for one command at Foxtrot. Interested to see where the second command goes to. And the second command is going to go to... also, Foxtrot, that can't be right. Okay, VAB. Oh, this is a really fast push too. So you got the VABs coming in the woods here, protecting this flank. He's got, so he's probably going for Delta or Golf, looks like. He's got, just a good arc of forces around Echo. So looks like he might be going for Delta. Looks like that is in fact the case. And now we have the chieftains rolling out, creating a this is actually not all-inish at all. He does have a second command coming up. He's going for... Let's see where this thing is going. Is it going to Charlie? No, it looks like it is in fact going to Bravo. So we see a double expand from Boogie Van, and we do see a single expand from Quitso. So what to do from here? Now usually when you see someone take a double expand on this map, specifically on this map, right off the bat, you can do a few things. One is do a very early push, and just try and slowly push out your forces, just because you can have 200 resources worth of less units than you. The other thing you can do is purchase artillery and just like shell out positions, and that does pretty well too, because basically if he has 200 units worth of less units, your artillery is going to be pretty secure and he's not going to try and push them, so he's just going to be kind of stuck in position. So we do have recon helicopter. What does he see? In fact, he does see everything, but he's pulling back in time. Looks like that recon is in fact down. Quite an expensive 170 point recon helicopter. So Quitso not doing so hot right now. Looks like another command. So he's decided to expand as well, except his is not so advantageous because, fortunately, Delta is at 4, and oh my, gutsy move from Blue. Looks like he has some artillery firing away. Oh, he got a rocket launcher here as well, which is quite powerful. The MLRS have like pretty much an insta-stun on them. And yeah, I think Quitso might have made the wrong choice in expanding here, just because he's now at a disadvantage. Like you count the points, it's like 3, 6 every second versus 2, 6, 7 every second. So he's 1 behind every second. So the longer he waits, the longer he falls behind. So we got a little bit of a lull in the action. We're going to speed this a bit. Quitso should not be waiting here, though. He should be doing something. I mean, I wish there was like an income tab or something in this game, but unfortunately not. But what I can tell you is that we're definitely getting a lot more resources, or a lot more units, and a lot more valuable units out of Boogie Van. As you can see, just really great arc. And so, ooh, we have a sneaky helicopter recon. And, ooh, taken down by anti-aircraft. Another extensive. That's 170 points there. Ooh, looks like, ooh, our NATO player here has taken position in the woods. So every time Boogie Van tries to reinforce his position, it will get sniped down. He's going to need to spend a lot of units to clean this up. And unfortunately, it may just be too late for him. Like, he's really going to do something crazy to get this back. He's moving in Delta Force recons. It's 2 versus 8. So these shouldn't do too hot. Quick tip, if you're running forward and you start shooting with a recon unit, just stop. Because once you move it in the open, they can see you quite readily and they clean you up fast. And it looks like, oh, he's throwing in more recon helicopters. No, dude, no. Ooh. Those are not the cheap units. Okay, so just on recons, he's probably about 570 points behind. Anything he reinforces from here will get shot down. So it looks like Boogie Van has just really out-tacticized Quitso. I think that's a word, tacticize. It's when you tactically beat somebody. And just like that, see, cleaned up. It wasn't an expensive unit, but it was definitely a unit. And this is really great positioning. It's 2 Abrams here. Abrams aren't the best, but for this they'll be fine. And he's just losing the units as he spawns them in. And he doesn't have anything to cover this. So I think this is like a build order win, because he's kind of won this based on just the fact that his opponent really didn't push. So it looks like he's finally gotten some artillery. It's not in the best position, and it's going to do some damage, but just look at the spread of the shot, like totally missing. With artillery, you want to move your artillery up to the very front, just so they have the best accuracy, and this is not what you fire into, at least not yet. You need to really galvanize your forces for this, so the artillery should be moved here in the meantime. Just take all these chieftains and starships and just move them in here, clean this up while the artillery fires, just so they get stunned and they can't run away. I mean, this isn't a terribly big force. It's not that threatening. It's only like 2 tanks and a couple of rocket artilleries, and this can all be cleaned up pretty easily. But unfortunately, just relying too much on this artillery. So artillery's still missing pretty much every shot, and ooh, it's just not enough. Like, you can't send in just one. You gotta send in the starships and the chieftains, because just this one is not a match for that army. but he is pounding in the artillery, so he might have a slight advantage. The starships, which are very expensive, all getting cleaned up as per expectation, and now the lead just gets frighteningly scary. Really, at this point, if you're this far behind, you just take all your forces and just run them into the enemy, and he's in fact surrendered. So this is a really short match, not really the cheese I thought it would be, but thank you guys for watching, see you next week.